The old school warrior teams up with the new wave battler today on SICW Wrestling Explosion. Hello, I'm Larry Matisick. Chaz Wesson, the popular expert in old school tactics, has a partner who's earning many fans very quickly. He's Adam Raw, who loves to make use of the new school weapons. How will they work together? Will the different moves make Chaz and Adam a tough tag team duo? Adam Raw sure would like to run up a terrific winning record like Chaz has. They're part of the action today on SICW Wrestling Explosion. Once more, the exciting 2013 season proved that the Gateway Grizzlies are an important part of the St. Louis and Metro East sports scene. Every game is fun for fans of all ages. Hustling and hard-hitting, the Grizzlies always provide plenty of bang for the buck. In addition, the GCS ballpark is the perfect place to enjoy baseball. The organization, the facility, part of our community. Baseball is America's game, and the Gateway Grizzlies do it right. Keep in touch with new developments. Go to gatewaygrizzlies.com.
Unique and affordable gifts and collectibles on the internet are available at the Black Bear Haversack Trading Post. Go to blackbearhaversack.com. Semi-precious stones, bone horn and soapstone items, abalone shells, genuine coyote and water buffalo teeth pendants, products for Civil War, medieval, and Renaissance reenactments, and so much more. For a 10% discount, mention SICW number 7 when you place your order. It's blackbearhaversack.com for top quality at reduced prices.
Introducing first, on my right, proudly representing his hometown of Metropolis, Illinois, 241 pounds, Daniel Eads. And his opponent to my left, from Willisville, Illinois, 235 pounds, Axe Allwardt.
Ring announcer Ben Simon has introduced the combatants. It's Axe against Daniel Eads. No relation to the man who made the Eads Bridge, I assume. But good-looking youngster. Nice body, good physique. He's going to have his hands full nonetheless because Axe is a tough guy. Axe has been around. He knows what's happening inside that ring, and he's not afraid to cut corners if he has to. He complains to referee Jim Harris that my hair was pulled. Jim Harris looks at his hair and says, "Tough job. Kid must have done pretty good. He got good hands." Daniel Eads circles. Side headlock by Axe on Eads. Axe squeezes the head. You can see how tall Eads is. He's got some good size on him. He tries to twist out of the wrist lock and uses enough strength and leverage to throw Axe down. Axe goes outside the ring and again complains that his hair was pulled. No sympathy whatsoever from the third man in the ring, Jim Harris. Cynical guy, isn't he? I don't know about that. He's seen it all. He's heard so many tricks in there. Sometimes things just get out of hand. You can't help that in professional wrestling. It's a rough and tumble business, and you have some rough and tumble characters. But every good official tries to do his best to keep control, and Jim Harris is one of the best, without question. Forearm uppercuts by Axe on Daniel Eads. They're legal. Legal blows. Eads pulls Axe out of the corner and then lifts him into the air for a backdrop. I thought he was going for the arm whip into the corner, and then all of a sudden Eads would have ducked down below, and he lifted Axe up into the air, up and over. Now Axe into the corner, and then a clothesline by Eads on Axe, and he covers Axe. Count of 1. At 2, Axe kicks out on Daniel Eads. Eads hooks the head, squeezes the head, chin lock from behind now. Squeezing the head of Axe. Hey, we have a couple dates that we have to call out to you now before we forget. These are important dates and important cards for SICW. Saturday, October 12th. Saturday, October 12th in Belleville at the Fraternal Order of Police Metro East Lodge 262. They will be sponsoring a card, the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 262 at the Scottish Rites on Frank Scott Parkway West. What a great location, what a great building. Scottish Rites, that's right between Memorial Hospital and the West End Post Office on Frank Scott Parkway. Great location. It'll be an outstanding card for the Fraternal Order of Police, and a special guest will be on hand. The Honky Tonk Man is coming to Belleville. The Honky Tonk Man will be here. We'll do a meet and greet. He'll meet and greet with me. We'll meet all you folks at 7:15 to 8 o'clock that night till the card starts. And then I think it's pretty safe to say that the Honky Tonk Man will be doing an interview and probably doing some singing during the show. Honky Tonk Man, a big star in World Wrestling Federation, comes to Belleville on Saturday, October 12th at the Scottish Rites on Frank Scott Parkway West. Then we're back to the home field for SICW on Saturday, October 19th at East Carondelet Community Center. Don't want the folks down there to feel left out because the Honky Tonk Man is coming to Belleville October 12th. Well, Hacksaw Jim Duggan will be in East Carondelet on Saturday, October 19th. So 2 big dates. Saturday, October 12th in Belleville at the Scottish Rites on Frank Scott Parkway. The Honky Tonk Man's coming. He'll do a meet and greet. I'll sit down there with him. I will skip the singing, however. Honky Tonk Man can do the singing during the card. I'll stay out of that. Good thing. Everybody knows that. That will be October 12th, the Honky Tonk Man in Belleville. Then October 19th, Hacksaw Jim Duggan comes to East Carondelet. And actually, whenever you have great stars like that, people with the history of the business behind them, you'll find a lot of the wrestlers today really want to be on that card. And even though they all give 110% night after night, every time they're in that ring, I think you see most of them giving 120% when somebody like Hacksaw Jim Duggan or Honky Tonk Man is on hand. Or when, like at GCS Stadium, you had Rocky Johnson and Baron Von Raschke and Ken Patera. They're at the Alton Bell Casino when you had the folks of the Argosy Casino, I should call it. The Argosy Casino in Alton, when you had Jerry Briscoe and Greg Valentine there. Everybody wants to look good when you have the people who have made wrestling what it is, who have made it the popular endeavor that it is, the popular spectacle that it is, that entertains so many people all over the world. Axe is not entertaining Daniel Eads. He's stepping on his throat. He's kicking him. He's making life miserable for Daniel Eads right now. But of course, Eads was making it pretty miserable for Axe not too long ago. Axe pulls Daniel Eads out of the corner. Body drop into the hamstring muscle. Then he scissors the ankle. And Axe tries to punish Daniel Eads. Smart move. Big man, tall man, strong man. Take him off his feet. Make it a little hard for him to move around. Maybe he'll limp. Maybe he'll be a little bit gimpy. And that'll open the door for Axe to do something to Daniel Eads. Axe puts some pressure back on the chin. Eads tried to reach up for the chin of Axe, and now he gets there. And he breaks that scissors on his ankle. A lot of strength right there by Daniel Eads. Axe, though, gets behind Eads, a kick into the hamstring. He's found a weak spot. At least for now, he's attacking it. He grabs the knee, lifts him up, and slams that knee right down. Oh, Dory Funk Jr. would appreciate that because they say, oh, I do that a couple times, then I go into the spinning toe hold. I could hurt this kid. And once again, Axe slams the kneecap down into the mat cover, the hard mat. And there he goes for a spinning toe hold. Axe twisting around with that spinning toe hold on Daniel Eads. Nice move by Axe. Well, he obviously has his wrestling history down too. Once more, Axe goes into that spin on the toe hold, and Eads hooks the head inside cradle. Nicely done by Daniel Eads. He obviously has done his homework too. Good move. And a drop kick. Hello there. He really exploded into the air. Kid has springs in his legs, doesn't he? Count of, no, forget it. No counts because Axe has his leg on the bottom rope. Well, now that was explosive work from Daniel Eads when he came up with that drop kick. Even though his hamstring had been punished, shows the conditioning that he has and the shape he's in. Inside atomic knee drop by Eads. Clothesline by Eads on Axe. Daniel Eads making quite an impressive debut here. And he says, I'm going to drop that elbow on Axe. Yes, he does. A flying elbow drop on Axe by Daniel Eads. He goes for the pin. He hooks a leg in there too. Good move by Eads, but Axe is tough. Baseline thing you always have to remember, these guys are tough. And Axe showed you he's particularly tough there after that big elbow drop. Eads goes behind Axe. Went for a full Nelson. Axe kicked that knee of Eads. He picks up Eads. Has him up in the air. Where is he going? A couple things he can do. Oh, the drop back version of the attitude adjustment. And you saw Spike Huber use that many years ago here on Wrestling at the Chase. Today it works for Axe. And Axe squeezes out with a victory over Daniel Eads. Tough, but he came up with the winner.
The sensational new book by Larry Matisick is on sale now. The 50 greatest professional wrestlers of all time, the definitive shoot. Who was the best and why? Who's not on the list and why not? It's a fun read with tales of the greatest and those who were close. Get the inside stories about pro wrestling. Remember Larry's other books, Wrestling at the Chase, Brody, and Drawing Heat the Hard Way are available too. And get the hot bestseller now, The 50 Greatest Professional Wrestlers of All Time. This is the one that every wrestling fan needs.
For the best deal on pre-owned cars and trucks, check out King Auto Sales in Cahokia, Illinois. Buy here, pay here. It doesn't get easier than that. Easy terms and financing on the spot for the best deals on all makes and models of pre-owned cars and trucks. You can't beat King Auto Sales, 2915 Camp Jackson Road, Cahokia, Illinois. That's King Auto Sales in Cahokia, where the customer comes first. Phone 337-7050.
Team number 1 to my left. First, from Fort Benning, Georgia, Max Archer. And his partner, from Chino, California, the man they call Lockdown, Tony Raze. And their opponents, team number 2 to my right. First, from Reno, Nevada, Adam Raw. And his tag team partner, fighting out of Centralia, the old school warrior, Chaz, Wesson. Your referee is Jay King.
Lots of applause there for Chaz Wesson and Adam Raw. Not so much for two-ton Tony Raze and Max Archer. And I sensed dissension as they came into the ring already. They were arguing. They were not happy with each other. Now the referee's waiting for referee Jay King wants one of them to come in the ring to start the match. Wait a minute. Tony Raze and Max Archer are arguing about who should start against Chaz Wesson, who takes the nightstick of Tony Raze, who also goes by the nickname of Lockdown Tony Raze because he used to work actually at a prison as a guard. So he carries that nightstick with him, and Jay King says, no, Chaz, that's not an old school weapon. You can't do that. Okay, here come Raze and Archer both. Oh, wait a minute. They still haven't decided who's going to go first. Well, things aren't going well on this side of the ring at all. Max Archer and Tony Raze. Make up your mind, gentlemen. Who's going in there first? Raze says, oh, you just do it. Go in there and start. Archer says, get out of here. I'll show you how it's done. Chaz Wesson says, you finally decided who's going to wrestle? Adam Raw takes a long look across the ring. Raw and Chaz, very patient. Now, wait a minute. Okay, the tag was made. Here comes Tony Raze. Raze will begin the action. Chaz says, I can do whatever you want, man. And you know Chaz Wesson can do just about that. Certainly one of the leading contenders for the classic wrestling title. He's come up with many a victory here on SICW Wrestling Explosion. Popular, hardworking, he knows how to win. That's the key. And he has a heck of a drop kick, too. And he also covers up because he knows Tony Raze's reputation. He thought Tony might be firing a punch, but he's going to have to do it and have it land on the forearms of Chaz Wesson because he had it blocked. Wait a minute, did Max Archer just slap Tony Raze to tag himself in? I'll show you how to do it. Just get out. Sometimes there are just problems. Folks just don't get along. Oh, and Archer walked right into that big chop from Chaz Wesson. To the ring, to the ropes. Drop kick by Chaz Wesson on Max Archer. That beautiful drop kick of Chaz Wesson puts Archer down, and Archer's pushed into the corner. Chaz lines him up. Look out. You could hear the crowd at the East Carondelet Community Center respond to that chop from Chaz Wesson. When he nails them, they stay nailed. Here comes Adam Raw into the ring. Chaz Wesson sets Archer up for his tag team partner. And Adam Raw, happy to get into that ring and show what he has to offer. A forearm smash to Max Archer. Another forearm smash. Arm whip to the ropes. Oh, a spin kick by Adam Raw. He takes to the air in a different version of it. That was the new wave version, I guess, of the drop kick by Adam Raw. Adam Raw and Chaz Wesson off to a good start. Tony Raze and Max Archer off to a not-so-good start. But that doesn't mean they can't turn it around, and that's the key. Eventually, sooner or later, they're going to have to work together if they're going to come up with any kind of victory, any kind of success in this match. Flying tackle by Adam Raw. Down goes Archer. Leg drop by Adam Raw on Archer. He covers, hooks the leg too, nicely done. But Archer busts loose. Give Archer a lot of credit. We've seen him in many matches. He always fights, always brings 100%. He scraps, he hustles, he does everything he can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he always gives you everything he's got, all 100%. Right now, he was using it to pull the mouth of Adam Raw apart. Adam Raw wishes he didn't bring that 100% right now. Forearm smash by Max Archer on Adam Raw, and then he brings Adam Raw into the corner. Tony Raze, I don't know if he saw it coming. They really couldn't. Usually you would see somebody try to double team in that circumstance. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Tony Raze, he's that tough one. He throws that big punch right to the forehead of Adam Raw, and then Max Archer reaches inside for Raw. Ooh, that big body of Tony Raze driven right into the midsection of Raw. Raw lifted right off the mat and onto the second turnbuckle. And now Archer begins to strangle Adam Raw as Tony Raze distracts the referee. The referee finally hears some noise where it shouldn't be coming from, comes around and breaks it up. Now things are going a little bit better for Raze and for Archer. Tony Raze sets Raw up on the ropes. Here he comes into the air. That big body drops it down across the back, knocking the throat of Adam Raw into the second rope. Almost like a judo chop, like a chop into or slash into the throat. And now Tony Raze pulls back on the face, gouges the eyes, and referee Jay King says, cut it out. But Adam Raw starts fighting back. Adam Raw, not one to quit. Oh, a chin breaker by Tony Raze. Well done by Tony Raze. Raze is pretty good when it comes to doing what he has to do to take care of himself. Maybe that comes from that background of having been a prison guard. Max Archer wants a tag. Tony Raze, I don't think really wanted to tag right there. He felt things were going pretty good, but he finally let Archer come into the ring, and now Archer goes right for a pin. Oh, you know, that just really galls Tony Raze. Raze has done all the work on Raw, get him softened up a little bit, and then Archer went right for the pin, which he couldn't get because Raw, he still had plenty of spunk left. He fought loose, reverses that arm, and then the whip, and it's Max Archer who runs right into the elbow. Adam Raw reaches out for Chaz Wesson, but Max Archer cuts him off. Archer cuts off Adam Raw. On his back, camel clutch, sort of, illegally. And of course, that's why the referee makes him break. Adam Raw trying to regain his bearings. Where am I at here? Archer says something to Raze, something along the lines of watch this. Well, we'll see. Hey, a drop kick by Max Archer on Adam Raw. It was a low drop kick. Raw was on his knees, so Archer accordingly adjusted and threw a pretty good drop kick right there on Adam Raw. Raw pulled into the corner, and now, once again, from outside the ring, Raze helps Archer. Now, wait a minute. What are they saying? Oh, Archer threw a punch that missed Adam Raw as they were talking, and he hit Tony Raze. And Adam Raw takes advantage of it. That punch of Max Archer missed, and it hit Tony Raze. Adam Raw monkey flip sends Max Archer flying. A high knee lift by Adam Raw. He goes for a pin. And here's Tony Raze with an eye gouge to break it up. Tony Raze, a bit unhappy with his tag team partner, but nonetheless, he's going to do what it takes to try to get a victory. And when it looks like Archer's in trouble, Tony Raze was there to break it up. Archer, some forearm smashes, and eye gouge again on Adam Raw. Raw slammed headfirst into the top turnbuckle, tag made to Tony Raze. Look at that look. His look says it all on Tony Raze's face, but here they're going to work together again. Double arm whip. Raw to the ropes. Whoop, wait a minute. Raw didn't come off. Raze came off with a clothesline. He was looking for Raw. Raw wasn't there because he stopped himself. Archer turned around and he took the clothesline from Tony Raze. That backfired completely. Tony Raze hits Max Archer with a clothesline that was aimed for Adam Raw. And now Adam Raw is right there. He grabs Max Archer, makes a tag to Chaz Wesson. Here comes that carousel, that spinning suplex. Down goes Max Archer. And I do believe that Chaz Wesson with a frog splash. Off the top rope, the frog splash, and Chaz Wesson has a pin. So Chaz and Adam Raw come up with a victory. They work together. Max Archer and Tony Raze don't do that so well, do they?
Wesson.
Unique and affordable gifts and collectibles on the internet are available at the Black Bear Haversack Trading Post. Go to blackbearhaversack.com. Semi-precious stones, bone horn and soapstone items, abalone shells, genuine coyote and water buffalo teeth pendants, products for Civil War, medieval, and Renaissance reenactments, and so much more. For a 10% discount, mention SICW number 7 when you place your order. It's blackbearhaversack.com for top quality at reduced prices.
Farm music and fun. The place to party is Pop's nightclub and concert venue in Sojay. From Bruno Mars of the first U.S. tour of Nickelback to Flogging Molly or the Insane Clown Posse, 30 years of memories pack Pop's concert venue with more made at every news show. And there's a party at Pop's nightclub every night, a melting pot of friends enjoy the best in dance, rock, pop, and top 40 music until 5:30 a.m. Plus add a full game room. Check out all the action at popsrocks.com. Then and now, the place to party is Pop's in Sojay.
Let Custom Truck Upholstery give your vehicle a facelift. Visit us on 707 North 20th Street in East St. Louis, Illinois. Custom Truck Upholstery merges old world craftsmanship and attention to detail with the latest in modern technology to make your car, truck, boat, or motorcycle look like new. Call Custom Truck Upholstery at 618-875-9850.
Bruiser in their earlier controversial battle.
Before Dewey Robertson took on a crazy gimmick, he faced Ron McFarlane May 23, 1982 on Wrestling at the Chase. What was Dewey's gimmick a year or so later? Robertson became none other than the missing link. Here's Robertson versus McFarlane.
Flair's chin. I tell you, Mickey and I nearly ended up out on Lindell Boulevard. And probably Flair wishes he had been there after taking that pile driver on the cement floor. That's the same thing that the Bruiser did to Harley Race and knocked him out of that big tag match where he was supposed to join Crusher Blackwell against the Bruiser and Andre the Giant. If you can put somebody like Race out, well, you do that to somebody like Ric Flair. Flair has something to think about. Oh, look at that body slam by Dewey Robertson. What a test it should be when Robertson squares off with Dory Funk Jr., the former world champion, the man who held the gold belt some 4.5 years, a true test of wrestling skills. I think you're going to see holds and speed in there. It's going to be hard to duplicate in any match because Robertson and Dory Funk Jr. are two brilliant wrestlers. Tempers may get a little ragged because there's so much at stake, unquestionably, but what a great match that is, Robertson and Dory Funk Jr.
I tell you, watching the Bruiser there, he grabbed both belts. He wasn't going to give it up. And referee Eddie Smith had a hard time getting the championship belt back.
Well, I'll tell you something. Flair was in no condition to go after it. McFarlane ducks underneath Robertson. Oh, McFarlane nails Robertson with an elbow right on top of the head. Dewey dumped by Ron McFarlane.
The last comment by Dick the Bruiser to referee Eddie Smith was, "I'll get it back."
That's what he said to Smith, "I'll get it back." And I don't know if Flair's in any condition to hear us saying that or hear that repeated right now. But it'll get back to him, I'm sure. I'll get it back. The uncrowned world champion sent a message loud and clear to Ric Flair. Boy, did Flair hit that table. If he doesn't have a busted rib or them stitches in his head, it's going to be a miracle. McFarlane pounds on the back of Dewey Robertson. You don't often see the Bruiser use the pile driver. Only at certain times against the toughest of opponents, but the Bruiser has a wicked pile driver. Ask Flair for references. Ask Harley Race.
And he pulled it on Flair right on the concrete, not on the mat.
Oh, yeah, which is hard enough to begin with. You can hurt a man badly there, but that floor doesn't give any. There's nothing there. That's, oh, brother. You know what? Flair was out. When the referee counted to 20, Flair was down, out, and gone goodbye, Eileen. I mean, it was all over. They could have counted to 60, and Flair still would have been down there. McFarlane working on the throat of Dewey Robertson. McFarlane stalks Robertson in the corner. Robertson whipped to the ropes. McFarlane again with that big elbow. Robertson getting into some trouble against Ron McFarlane. McFarlane's a tough cookie. He throws him in again, lines up the elbow, misses. Oh, Robertson goes behind McFarlane. Atomic knee drop on Ron McFarlane. McFarlane staggers to the corner, and Dewey Robertson right on top of him. The smooth-moving Canadian with a kick right underneath the knee. Another knee drop into the thigh, into the hip. McFarlane taking another kick to the thigh. Robertson dragging him into the center of the ring. He's going for the figure four. The figure four leg lock. The figure four leg lock by Dewey Robertson. Look at him stretch it out. Stretching out the figure four. McFarlane cries out and submits. Dewey Robertson with a figure four leg lock. Think he'd love to put that on Dory Funk Jr. The figure four, Robertson, a big winner. The crowd standing and applauding. Here's Mickey.
In 4 minutes and 18 seconds, the figure four, the winner, Dewey Robertson.
The sensational new book by Larry Matisick is on sale now. The 50 Greatest Professional Wrestlers of All Time, The Definitive Shoot. Who was the best and why? Who's not on the list and why not? It's a fun read with tales of the greatest and those who were close. Get the inside stories about pro wrestling. Remember, Larry's other books, Wrestling at the Chase, Brody, and Drawing Heat the Hard Way, are available too. And get the hot bestseller now, The 50 Greatest Professional Wrestlers of All Time. This is the one that every wrestling fan needs.
From the World Series champion Tigers in '45 to the Gateway Grizzlies to the '03 State Tournament Belleville East Lancers. A tradition in baseball and an even longer tradition in fine furniture and service. Miller Furniture, 1004 East Main in Belleville.
Interesting card, huh? As well as Adam Raw and Chaz Wesson worked together, that's about how bad it went for Max Archer and Tony Raze. Chaz and Raw were a dynamite tag team duo, and Axe scored a win over Daniel Eads, a newcomer who was impressive even in defeat. Promoter Herb Simmons again made that mix of old and new click. Now, make plans to see Wrestling Explosion in Belleville, October 12th with the Honky Tonk Man. In East Carondelet, October 19th with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and more action on TV next week, right here.